What's up, boys and girls? We are going to do a bit of an unboxing video, of something I got in the mail today. Pretty exciting stuff that I got, actually. I also got pretty decently more done to the car since the last video. The last video, I was labeling all the wires and stuff. We actually did get the motor pulled. I did make a little bracket right here for front support bar. It does need cleaned up a little more still. Made little brackets for the intercooler. The goal is to have this painted red, like a cherry red. This is gonna be painted black. Hopefully I can do that today. I'm not too sure because the humidity is so high right now. It's like 70-something% humidity. And as you can see, I am making templates for my shaved engine bay. So a good way to kind of have a template for new sheet metal for your engine bay, if you're trying to do this, is you will actually take cardboard and cut cardboard out to exactly where you want to place it. Now, that is how I have it set up. I might change the style that's over this rail, the main rail right here. I don't know if I want it at a 90 or if I just want to connect it where it's sloped down. I don't know yet. We'll see. That will come at some other point. But at the moment, let's unbox this so I can sit here and do a little review on what I got. This is one of the major components for this car right now. I need to find my shorty headers, so I think I'm just going to run my old piped shorty headers for my setup, where I just turn them upside down facing the outside of the motor, and make a little adapter pipe for the wastegate, and to go to what these are, which gives kind of a hint away what these are. So alright, let's get to the unboxing. Alright, there is 2 items inside this box, so hopefully, obviously I haven't opened this yet, so I don't even know how condition stuff's in. Alright, let's go ahead and get one of these out, if I can pick it up. Package not too bad. Just a little hole on the side over here. Now, as you can see, this is a Max Speed Rods turbo. There is 2 of them. It is a GT 3582 turbo. They are good for up to 600 horsepower each, so I should be able to close to 1,000 with no issue. I don't know if I'm going to go that high yet. We're going to see what I actually go up to. But for now, these are actually really cheap. These were about $128 a piece for these turbos. So in total it's like $250, something like that. So it wasn't that bad. Now they do come with gaskets. Let's focus on performance. Alright, so it does come with gaskets for everything, for the O-rings. It is also a T3 flange with a 4-bolt downpipe flange. At the moment I'm debating on how I want to make the flanges and the exit pipes and stuff for these, for the sole fact that my TIG welder I can't get gas for because I can't buy a tank. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to just do a mild steel exit pipe for now, That's why I want to use my old headers. So it does come with protective stuff around it, which is very nice. Now, this turbo is a decent size. Weight to her. Some more protective stuff. Yeah, for cheap little turbo, this ain't half that bad. Oh, there's no shaft play. That is beautiful. Now it does come with these little caps for the turbos, and they do have their logo on it. It is to protect the internals of this turbo. So that's a plus side. Like I said, this is a T3 flange turbo. So it does only have the T3 flange bolt up right here on the hot side with the 4-bolt downpipe. Now as you can see, that does spin pretty smoothly. There's like very minimal shaft play, but this is a wet float style with oil and water to air cooled style, or not water to air cooled. It has ports for cooling with coolant and stuff. If you wanted to hook it up, you don't have to. You could always just put a block off on it too. I believe this side is the drain side for the oil, and this side right here is the oil feed line spot. Now there is a certain AN lines and fittings and stuff that you have to order for this turbo, because the normal oil drain setup isn't ideal for this. So I do have it saved up in one of my accounts to order at some point, so I will get that, but I'm not going to get it just yet. I do still need to get stuff for the motor and find a way to mount these. However, so these are easy to clock too. So for clocking turbos, you will unbolt these bolts right here, and you can turn the whole housing any way you want it and just tighten it back up. Same with the hot side flange and bolts. So if I need it to be mounted a different way, I can. But we're gonna see how I run the setup and how I'm gonna have it all clocked and stuff before I decide to change how those are clocked. Now there's a little port right here for your vacuum if you run a wastegate. I am going to be running a dual 55mm wastegates for this setup, and that's why I need a little flange from the headers, or a little pipe with the flanges and stuff from the headers to the turbo, because the wastegate's going to go on there. And then there will be a vacuum port that'll go from the wastegate to the turbo on this little nipple right here. And I believe there's another vacuum hose that will go from the wastegate to the manifold somewhere, like a little block valve or vacuum block that I am probably going to get for this setup. If I remember, these are a 62, 68 setup, I think. Let me go double check. Shit. I gotta pull this back up. So if you go on max speed and rods and you just go straight to turbos, it's like one of the first ones. It is a AR7063 anti-surge compressor turbo bearing. They are capable of up to 700 Celsius in temperature resistance with a ductile iron material. It does give you the material product number, which is a QT45010 kind of iron metal. Then the actual cold side is a 6418 or 6418 alloy that is resistance up to 900 Celsius. These do have aluminum blades and stuff, so it's easier, lighter, spinner. Like I said, these can hold up to 600 horsepower. These did come tested and already balanced and everything. That's why these have blue marks, because they are already torqued and double checked and tested before they were sent. Now I do have to check the other one to make sure it's still in the same quality. Really hoping it is, to make this easier so I don't have to worry about anything. We'll see how that is. So, where's the description? So the exhaust outlet, like I said, for the turbo manifold area is a T3 flange with a exit of 4 bolt. The turbo trim is an 84.2. Turbine AR is a 0.63. Introducer is a 68 millimeter. Exducer is a 62 millimeter. So like I said, a 68 or 62, 68 setup, which is a decent size. These should only take about 4,000 RPM to spool them both up for my car. But obviously we will have to see if that is true or not. Hopefully it shouldn't be too hard. They are a wet, so the bearing style is a wet float, which is a oil style lubricating turbo. What was that? Compressor trim's a 56.9. Compressor AR is a 0.7. Introducer diameter for compressor is 61.5. Exducer is 81.5. Compressor inlet size, air intake is a 4-inch hole. So these are 4 inches out the front of the turbos. Now I could put an air filter on these or leave them open. I am still debating what I want to do about that. We will get to that when it comes around the time. Compressor outlet is a 2.5 inch, which I believe is the exit. What else? There is no internal wastegate, that's why you have to have an external one. These do come with a 1-year manufacturing defect warranty. So if you get the turbo and if there's anything wrong with it where it needs to be replaced, or say you put it on the car and something mechanical of the turbo fails within the year, they will replace it for you, and which is a good thing, because these are cheap turbos, which yes, you could have some defects and a lot of stuff like that for going the cheap route. However, there has been some quality checks and testing of these turbos, which they didn't seem that bad. So, and plus you much rather want to replace a $128 turbo than a $2,000 Garrett or boring turbo setup all the time. So the oil feed inlet, it gives us the size and the threads and everything of this. These are capable, so the website says max of 22 psi a piece. I only plan to be around 16, 18 psi of boost, probably. Not entirely sure yet. We'll have to see how everything works out together. And that's about it. So I do want to get, I will have to get a turbo blanket. So I'm going to get a black turbo blanket for this side, for the hot side. And then I am going to get paint the cold side cherry red, I think, to try to match some stuff on the engine bay, like the K-member and the motor might be red. I'm debating on the motor still. We'll have to see. But hopefully oh, another thing, these are the same setup as a Garrett GT35R. So if you want to get this turbo and you want to say rebuild it before you put it in the car because it is a cheap setup, a GT35R Garrett turbo rebuild kit will work on this and help with the longevity of this turbo. So it shouldn't be too bad. They just grab one of those and redo the turbo if I need it. But we'll see how that goes. Alright, I'm gonna get to cleaning up this support bar, and I think I'll try to paint it. I will see how that goes, but see y'all in a bit. Ended up getting it painted, all mounted up. I think it looks pretty good. I will have to touch up where handle is.
He's recording right now. Stop coughing.
Looks pretty good. Well, people are being stupid. See you on the next video.